There's a couple games we haven't really covered as closely as we should have, and I think one of them involves the brand new Lions, who moved to 5-1 after an early loss. Now they are a team that's saying, 5, man. We got 5. Beat the Chiefs week 1. Obviously, start the season with a bang. Have a little adversity, but they have not had any problems, seemingly, since then. What do you like about this team, and what do we know about the brand new Lions?
Man, I like everything about this team. We talked about kind of the ebbs and flows that a lot of teams have been on. This team last 4 weeks have beat every opponent by at least 14 points. And we know it's tough to win this league. It's definitely tough to win by a couple of touchdowns, so that's crazy. And they played this game a little differently because obviously they're a ground and pound, kind of balanced play action type team. They didn't get the production out of the run game, but then Goff goes and throws for 350. St. Brown gets involved, so they can win multiple ways. Defensively, they're going to be sound every week, and they have taken on the identity of their head coach Dan Campbell, and it's working, man.
Here's the speech that he gave post-game in the locker room where he basically brought out some props. This dude brought out an Abraham Lincoln, a $5 bill. He talked about having 5 man. His energies are always the exact same. But wait until you see who he gave a game ball to. And you'll hear him say, like, defense, it's going to be hard to have 11 game balls right now. But there's 2 people that he gave game balls to as we try to pull this thing up that made me go, okay, they're worried about the right stuff up there. Not only is it an offense that's incredibly consistent, we'll see what happens with David Montgomery, obviously, in a defense that is very stingy, but they're playing all 3 phases incredible. Here's Motor City Dan Campbell addressing the team afterwards, and listen to who's getting game balls over there.
I got a couple of things for you. Look what I got in my back pocket. Anybody see what that is?
Is that a 5?
I think that's a 5. I think that's a 5. I got something else here. It's 5. That's 5. Gentlemen, that's an outstanding job.
I thought he was going to flip him off. Also got this.
Game balls here now. All right, defense, don't get pissed at me because it's none of you guys because all of you play so damn good. I mean, our defense is outstanding, gentlemen. It has been for a long time.
Was that the F word?
Whoa. You hold somebody to 6 points in this league? Holy crap, guys. That's what I'm talking about. All right, where's my other one? All right, this one.
Give me another ball, man.
Critical. He did it last week. 2 critical punts, man. Then we pinned them down to the defense.
Good deal. Punter getting game balls.
All I gotta say is let's keep rolling.
Said the F word. Cool. Listen to boys rally.
That's a good defense we played. It was. It's a little bit like banging your head up against the wall line. I mean, those guys do what they do. But man, we just stayed at it. And this guy showed up today in a big way, and he really has for a long time with his arm, and that's Jared Goff.
Love you boys. Love you boys. Proud to be a part of this team. That defense. You can keep doing your thing, boys. Love you boys. Love you boys. That's just 5. That's just 5. We're doing this. Keep on going.
He said the F word again there. Happy birthday to him.
That's 5. You guys earned it against a tough opponent. That's an outstanding job. Break it down.
So they got defense flying around. They're giving game balls to specialists, and everybody's clapping. Jared Goff gets a game ball and goes, hey, defense, that's awesome. That's a team there, AJ. That is a team there. And then you see on St. Brown's touchdown where we got people sprinting downfield trying to make big block. Look at this Reynolds out of nowhere. Boom! Let me lead the way. I'll block one guy into 2. Decleat 1, maybe 2. Lead it for a touchdown on a 3rd and 13. Let me put my body on the line for a teammate of mine. This team is awesome. The brand new Lions have taken on the identity of their coach, but they've also taken on the identity of a team that is tight. They're a tight-knit group. Those are the best teams. Are you playing for the person or just next to the person? Feels like they're all bought in, and it's beautiful to watch, AJ.
Yeah, they're having fun, and you see the message that Goff tells them, hey, we're just boom, boom. We're continue to climb. We're not happy. We're not satisfied, but they understand, and they expect to win. I think that's the biggest thing about the Lions now. It feels like they go into games expecting to win, and everyone else kind of has that respect as well, I think, for their team. I think last night, wasn't it Chris Sims before the Sunday night game? I think he had a little segment, and he said the Lions are are legit Super Bowl contenders, and like that's a real thing. Like that's not a crazy hot take anymore.
That's 2023 football. He also said that the Patriots were dead. There's there's no.
Oh, he did. I missed that.
Yeah, he said there's no happiness in sight for the Patriots. He said, I have respect for Bill, and I have respect for this whole thing, but you start looking at their weapons, who they're playing, there's no happiness coming around the bend. But Chris Sims talking about the Detroit Lions, it's just like, it feels like, to your point, it's understood. And whenever they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are playing great football, who have an incredible defense, 20-6. Like, that's an ass beating. We're watching all these games, these primetime games we have to stay up for. Why? Because it's like 8-point game, 10-point game. They can come back, they can come back. The Lions have been pounding people and doing exactly what everybody's expecting out of them. And obviously, it's a weird thing to say that, but this is reality. They're a bunch of fucking dogs all over the field. And GM, he's a dog as well. He was running into the tunnel screaming, let's fucking go, to all their fans that took over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pirate ship stadium down there. It was like, I love what they're about up there, deep.
Yeah, shout out Brad Holmes putting this all together. And then, I mean, it's just crazy. Tampa coming off a bye week. Baker's been playing great ball this week. Best quarterback statistically on third down. Like I think golfer Dan Campbell said, for them to give up 6 points in an NFL game to a team and an offense coming off a bye week, very impressive.
They also got James Williams back and got him a big touchdown too, which was awesome.
Saw how pumped up Foxy was about J-Mo. He actually took a shot at Jameson instead of chugging a beer after the big time.
I legitimately screamed when he scored that touchdown because he really needed that. A lot of Lions fans have given him a lot of hate. To see him score in that moment, take a big lead, kind of sealed the game for us.
As it happens, I call Herbstreit and I go, hey, tell me a little bit about this Jameson Williams guy. Okay, tell me about J-Mo. He says, like, hey, he can be an elite deep threat for any team. I guess he was somewhere, then he transfers.
Ohio State.
He was at Ohio State, then he transfers to Alabama, becomes the guy down there from St. Louis. But I guess he is a guy who has been known in the past to potentially get a little emotional, get a little bit overexcited. It's like, well, is he not in the perfect locker room, right? It feels like Dan Campbell has that place ready to go for everybody. So if J-Mo's just getting started, which is what we think, for them to have that deep threat with Laporta, with their run game that they're able to have, Amon-Ra St. Brown is able to make plays, it's like they got the weapons. Their defense held Tampa to 6 points. Their specialists, Jack Fox is one of the best to ever do it. It's like all three phases look out, and you add in this guy making plays with Jared Goff, it's like, here we go. Are the fucking brand new Lions the Super Bowl favorites in the NFC after what we just saw happen with the Niners and what happened with the Eagles? Who knows what's going to happen tonight with the Cowboys? It's like, why not the brand new Lions? And I know you are a little uncomfortable every time that comes out of your mouth because you're a Green Bay Packer.
What?
You know, a couple weeks ago, Lions were favored in Lambeau with 2 starting quarterbacks playing for the first time in
almost 30 years, 40 years.
And AJ, you were learning that stat on air, and you were like, almost like, yeah, that's like we see in your head go like, what the fuck has happened to the Green Bay Packers? But it's not about what has happened to the Packers or anybody else. It's what has happened to the Lions. And every single move that they've made has seemingly made them a better football team. What a dream situation up there in the Motor City.
Yeah, and Jared Goff, I'm happy for him. It shows you like they feel like they've empowered him and kind of given him the tools and the keys to play his best football right now, and he seems super confident. And when you're showing that Jameson Williams touchdown catch, like that's an impossible catch. He turns over his right shoulder, and then turns back over to his left, and then comes back to like a back shoulder fall down touchdown catch as the defenders drape all over him. Like that's very difficult to do. It really is.
And if you look at that, it was 3rd and 10 there. It was 3rd and 13 on Amon-Ra St. Brown's touchdown. Like third down, money down. They have the explosivity to be able to pull this type of shit off. And adding J-Mo, that's a great catch, bro.
Unbelievable.
Hand in there on his chest.
Coverage. Great coverage too.
Yeah, that's adding this weapon to the Lions. I mean, the hand is on the ball.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That concentration.
Jeez.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs isn't even in there yet and really involved in the offense. Hey, Montgomery, how serious is his injury?
Oh, we didn't ask Shefty.
It sounds like it could be a couple weeks from what Twitter's saying, but who knows if that's true.
Yeah, because this is the second time, I believe.
Jahmyr Gibbs on sideline standing, right? If I do recall from watching the game. I didn't have the sound on the entire time, but I did see him on the sideline standing. That's good news.
I think he'll be back soon.
Yeah, that seems to be good. We're not doctors, but that feels like that's good news every time you see it.
Yeah, that was his second week with a hamstring, so you would think at least probably after this one he should be good to go.
Yeah, and I don't know about like resting your hammy or whatever, but like if it was bad, you would think they would have him
not standing up the whole game.
sitting as opposed to, just natural human instinct. Let's get you as healthy as fucking possible.
Right.
But good for you, Fox.
Hey, as a fan, I've said this to the boys multiple times now. I wake up on Sunday and I expect to win these football games, and it's the weirdest thing in the entire world. This is actually the first time in my life I can say that, because with those Stafford teams, they didn't have all 3 phases. It was always 1 phase, maybe 2 phases. But this team, all 3 of them are out of this world, and it's so awesome to see.
Well, Jack Fox had like his first bad day ever in the NFL 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
And then yesterday he just starts pinning them.
Sealed the game.
Boom.
It's a big deal, man. That's a huge deal.
Yes.
You have that guy, you can pin people consistently like that. That's a giant thing that people overlook all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dog.
And Goff.
Dan Campbell played some special teams, though. That's the thing. Dan Campbell played plenty of special teams in his NFL career. He understands. He gets how important the punt is.
Hell yeah. Brand new lines.
Huge day special teams wise. Like A.J. Cole, he pinned the Pats deep, and then Zerline, I think he was 4 for 4 or 4 for 5.
Tucker goes 6 for 6 or whatever, and also a big punt return in that game. Yeah, special teams was huge yesterday. Huge.
Always is.
Sometimes it gets spotlighted a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was kickers all over the place and that big return to start the day over there in London. But like Jack Fox gets a game ball after a fucking win.
It's big.
Yeah.
That never, in the locker room, hell yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that happen. I don't know if I've seen a punter get a game ball before.
Did you get one Houston game?
I have later. Never. I guess never in the locker room directly after the game. I've seen it later, like on a Monday or Tuesday when they do it.
I would assume, like in a team meeting where you're giving out game balls and shit, there's very rarely a game where I didn't get one if we won. But in the locker room, I think of Houston. I think when I kicked the onside kick to myself.
Yep.
I think I got one there.
That was huge.
That was hysterical that happened. If I don't get that, just go right in the locker room and leave.
Now, was that the year where you guys got like 4?
Yeah, tied NFL record. Yeah.
And they changed the rule, right?
Yeah, a lot of that. We don't have to talk about it. But a lot of people that compare me to other punters, it's like, did they kick off too? And were they the best ever? Oh, okay. All right, just didn't know. Didn't know if we want to talk about that or not. You know what I mean? Have that entire thing. Graham Gano's still fucking doing it.
Yeah.
He is still doing it out there.
Oh, yeah.